God did not come to me to say, Vassula, you will have a mission in the future. Tell me what's going to happen exactly the first days, as soon as he came to me. No. First, he wanted me to get to know him, so that he asks later on his second question, which would have been, do you want to serve me? That was yes or no. First, he made me know him and understand him. Now, when he came, Jesus, with his question, do you want to serve me? I was afraid. I said, what is this going to happen now? For me, in my ignorance, was to serve God, you only have to become a nun. You can't serve God as a layperson. That's what I understood. So I had this family, my family, 2 boys. And I thought, what is God trying to tell me? He's going to tell me now to leave my family and become a Carmelite? So when he asked the question, I couldn't close my ears not to hear him, because this is within. Whatever I do, I will hear him. But I didn't write it on the notebook, like everything is written. I pulled up my hand and I refused out of fear. And Jesus answered and said, even in your, and he was very sad, even in your awesome weakness, I can live. And I was so disappointed. I was unhappy. I let it be like this. All day I was reflecting about this, and all night. And I decided, I said, after all, I don't belong to myself. He created me. I belong to him. He can do what he wants with me. So, let me go ahead. It's just like as if I just close my eyes. There's somewhere there that I should jump. I don't know how much height it is. Could be 500 meters, or it could be 1 foot height. So let me just jump and see where it goes. And I said to Jesus the next day, I brought him back his question, and I said, Jesus, do you want me to serve you? Yes, he said, and he was full of joy. I want you to serve me. And then by the time where he was speaking, where I'm supposed to serve him, he was becoming sad. Because he said, I'm going to send you to the ends of the earth. I'm going to send you where sin is progressing, where iniquity is full of iniquity, where people are scourging on me, where people are spitting on me. I'm going to send you to these people who hurt me, who crown me with a crown of thorns, and who re-crucify me every single day. That's where I'm going to send you. It means out in the world. That will be your mission. And so that was how it started. I had to say yes to God. And then, after that, Jesus comes with a question and says, which house is more important, your house or my house? And I said, your house, Lord. And he said very majestically and with authority, revive my house, unite my house, embellish my house. And I said, Lord, how? I know nothing. How can I do these things? And I was very upset. I know nothing. Why don't you go to somebody who has authority and who knows a lot more than I do? I don't know anything. And he stayed there, I would say, rather amused. And he said, I want a nothing. So remain nothing. In your nothingness, I shall show my authority and that I am. So remain a nothing. In fact, die to yourself. Annihilate yourself completely. And let my Holy Spirit breathe in you. So die to yourself. And for us, if we want to change, if we are really serious and we really want to progress and to be close to God, united like this, because what God, when you know God and understand God, what does God give you? It's not a minus in your life, it's a plus in your life. God gives you joy, peace, everything. Without God, your table is empty. And with God, your table is full. So, I would like to transmit to you all the joy that I obtain so that you too can be feeling this joy. And in fact, if you read the messages in a meditative manner, you will obtain. I know of cases, we have hundreds of thousands of readers who change their lives because they read every page from the beginning. So this is what we obtain, is joy. Then you don't care so much about the surrounding, what's happening. Your problems diminish in size. In fact, they are not there anymore. We all have problems. We all have worries. We all have families. I've got 2 boys. I've got a family. I've got a mother. I've got sisters. And yet, like a family, we have our problems too. But when you have joy, you trust God. And God gives you hope, life, joy. And I said to God, when I discovered God, you are my joy, you are my smile, you are my bounce of happiness. He's everything. Then, you really discover the treasure, the hidden treasure. You discover the pearl. You sell everything then, because you discover God. And so, when Jesus said to these words, and he tells them to us, lower your voice. That means stop being noisy and perturbed and anxious. Lower your voice, calm down, so that you will be able to hear my voice. Lower your head. That means in humility. Start accepting that we are sinners. We do not deserve anything, and yet God is stretching his hand all the way from heaven to pull us up to him. Lower your head so that they can see my head. Lower yourself entirely so that I'm able to lift you. Allow my Holy Spirit, he would say, to transfigure your soul, which is like a desert now, hard as a rock, dry, because he lives in us, but he lives sometimes in deserts. And he says, allow my Holy Spirit to transfigure your soul into a garden, where in this garden I can have my rest in you. Allow my Holy Spirit to transfigure your soul into a palace, where I can be king and reign over you. Allow my Holy Spirit to transfigure your soul into a heaven, where in this heaven I will be glorified. This reminds us of what is going to come around.